The emotes worked, everyone. It caused my downfall, finally.
Oh, no. It was a really great set, though. You brought the content.
I try to bring the content whenever I can. So,
Totally.
And speaking of content, it looks like we got some more coming our way.
It sure does.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at these teams. For Ambrosio, it looks like we've got a rain team with that
Another
Indra.
rain team.
Yeah, the Polytoad, the Rillaboom, the Raichu, the Entei, nice, and the Celesteela. This looks like a scary team.
Yeah, it did really well in Players' Cup. I like it a lot. I like rain as an archetype, just in general. It's pretty cool.
It's good.
It feels like it can be strong right now. It seems like every single like little addition that Sword and Shield has added has made rain just a little bit stronger. So it just keeps getting stronger, and hopefully it can stay strong.
Yeah, but look at this Mono Rock team on TJ Prime's side. We got the Tyranitar, the Caracosta, the Colossal, everybody's friend, the Cradilly, which is a Pokemon that I love, the Carbink, and the Archeops. So some fossil Pokemon there, and some other rock types. What do you think of that?
So inherently, you want to say that Mono Rock loses to Rain. It seems like it has a bad matchup. However, Cradilly, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Has the ability Storm Drain.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll most definitely be helping
just gonna
out.
get rid of all the water type moves on the field, as well as raise its special attack. So that is interesting. Yeah. Another reason Ambrosio's team looks like it's pretty speedy by nature. You know, you've got the, I assume is a Swift Swim Kingdra. You've got the Entei, which is speedy, the Raichu, which is speedy. So that Carbink is capable of setting up Trick Room. And that could be something that could work in Prime's favor as well.
Can Carbink set Trick Room? I know absolutely nothing about Carbink.
I saw one on ladder the other day that's, I'm pretty sure, set Trick Room.
Okay. Carbink's not a Pokemon to me. It's one of those things that like just does not exist.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more niche picks, I'll say.
Yeah. I see people talking about how Ambrosio has a different set from the one in Players' Cup, which I believe they do.
Okay.
For anyone curious, if you ever play Rain, Specs Polytoad is garbage. Get that out of here. Always go Perish Song Polytoad.
People use
Perish
Specs
Song lets you win games you had no business winning. Also, it looks like my camera is freezing.
Oh, so it's like G-Max Hatterene.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like our battlers have teamed up, so we are going to get this Water v Rock match underway very soon.
Yes, hopefully Ambrosia will make a strong showcasing of Rain, as I attempt to do.
It's interesting. It looks like we might have, next we're going to have that GS Cup match, which is notorious for the way that people use weather. But we have our own weather war right here in this Series 7 match. So that should be pretty exciting to watch.
I promised to run that set back enough times you would win more if I had to pop off to beat Rain. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. So yeah, we got Rain versus Rock. The little black flash with my name shows up, and that's just like all I can see at the moment. Yeah, so obviously like Rain just looks super strong here. The only thing that you really got to worry about is the Storm Drain from Cradilly. Yeah,
the Storm Drain.
I would like to break something down. If Cradilly shows up, I misunderstood how that Pokemon looked until this format. Like
it's so cool, and the shiny is so cool too. I love it.
Like I thought, I think I'll be able to explain it better once like I actually see it on screen.
It's like
how does one beat Ambrosia's team asking for a friend?
So let's not discount the fact that Ambrosia, while featuring mostly water, of course, to protect that Celesteela, but that Entei also has access to Sacred Fire, which, might I say, is a disgusting move. I've faced it a few times on ladder, and that thing burns like every time. It's I think it's 50% burn, but it burns a lot. And so the physical attackers on Prime's side is not going to be too happy to see something like that.
This is the kind of stuff that if I rolled up onto a ladder, I would just have a heart attack, because what on earth do you even do here?
Yeah.
We talked about Credily, and we talked about Carbing, but what about Archeops? I don't know how to handle that situation. Do you?
I don't. I think it's pretty fast though, and I think that it's likely to rock slide. Maybe it's gonna max. I would like to see a max Archeops.
I don't know.
Max Airstream, yeah.
Archeops is actually really strong. It's a couple of people have been using it with Wheezing because it has a really bad ability.
Yeah. Another thing that people have been running is that Power Herb with the Meteor Beam set, so we could see that come out too.
Archeops opting going for protect. Oh, looks like it's just going to be a double protect to stall and fake out. Also, I don't know how bulky or non-bulky Archeops is. Probably doesn't want to take something like a Grassy Glide. So we just kind of get a dead turn with Ambrosia going for his pretty safe switch to Celesteela and a fake out from Raichu.
Yeah, but we did see that Nuzzle come out into the protect from the Raichu, so that means next turn we could see something like that Archeops go ahead and be paralyzed. The thing is, though, like I mentioned earlier, that Carbink, I think, if I'm not mistaken, gets access to Trick Room. So if that Carbink is packing Trick Room, paralyzing one of the Pokemon might not be the best idea.
Something I am realizing, I have seen Carbinks on like a few Chansey teams.
Oh, what? Chansey teams?
Yeah.
There are
Chansey's the worst. Does Archeops get Ally Switch, Turtle? Does it? Because that sounds awful.
No. Oh, goodness.
All right, so we're getting to max. It is, in fact, Archeops.
Yeah, Rainbow Bird.
My God.
Nice. That's really great. I think we might see something like... I don't even know it. We'll see. Let's just see what happens.
Celesteela just going for Protect. Ambrosia, most like me, probably just terrified about what's going to happen. Carbink goes for the ally switch, so Turtle was correct technically in the sense that there was an ally switch. Airstream comes out into the Raichu, does not a lot of damage. Obviously, it's a resisted hit. I don't know if that's special or physical, or if the Raichu is on Assault Bus. I also just don't know how much damage Archeops does, so...
Yeah, I don't know either. There goes Raichu for the Nuzzle again. Gonna go ahead and paralyze that Carbink. We don't really know the speed tiers here because, of course, it did go for Ally Switch, but the major benefit being that Carbink may not move if a full para goes off.
Also, something important to note here is that Carbink is 4 times weak to Steel, so most likely doesn't want to take anything like a Heavy Slam or a Steel Spike from that Celesteela, so Trick Room doesn't really seem like it's an option right now.
What if it's Focus Sash?
Raichu broke it with a Nuzzle then.
Oh yeah. It took damage already.
Yeah, and I would imagine with like, even if Celesteela just went for a Heavy Slam based on like the size, I don't know how heavy Carbink is, but it looks like Celesteela's a good amount heavier, so I would imagine that would just KO even through a Babiri Berry.
Oh, it's back to full HP from Terrain actually.
Oh right, the grass
is at full. So if it's sashed, which who knows? I don't run into Carbink regularly.
All right. It has base 150.
Wow.
Dang, that's crazy.
Whoa, wow, that'll be interesting to see how much damage this does.
We're also not going to find out because Tyranitar has switched him for the Carbink. DJ Prime really wants to conserve it. Screen's getting a little fuzzy here for me, so I can't super tell what's happening.
Me neither. I see some sand. I see that the Celesteela has max, facing off against that max Archeops.
I imagine that we may just be missing the animations here, and we'll find out what happens in a second.
Yeah.
Archeops has taken a ton of damage. We know it got Steel Spiked, but... can't really figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, and honestly, nothing on Prime's team wants to take a steel spike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even that Colossal, it's going to do some damage.
Yeah, Colossal, even Caracosta, a Pokemon I feel a spiritual connection to. Okay, wait, Steel Spike did come out. It was super effective. It did go into the Archeops.
Not quite enough to take it out, though.
But more importantly, plenty to trigger Defeatus. So now I think it's both its speed and attack is half now. Ice Punch Tyranitar.
Nice tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's able to do a lot to the Rillaboom.
Yes, I'm imagining that the Raichu went down. Another Steel Spike is coming out from the Celesteela, this time into the Tyranitar. Does well over half. If it has a weakness policy, it will proc it. Celesteela gets another solid defense boost and is slowly turning into a wall that I'm not sure if Prime is going to be able to break through unless they have the what's it called? Colossal. And
yeah, that Colossal seems to be key because I don't imagine this Tyranitar is carrying Fire Punch.
And also Archeops is no longer on the field, so I'm assuming it got Grassy Glided.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you can heal back up to stop Defeatist. That's kind of cool. Defeatist is like a hilarious ability. Why would they just like... we're just gonna make this Pokemon bad for no reason.
I mean, they do that frequently.
Yeah, that is true.
There's a reason why no one runs it. But it's fun to see on these friendlies. I think it's a perfect time to try out new mons.
Yeah. Lagging again, if I had to guess, I imagine a Grassy Glide's coming into Tyranitar and a Steel Spike's going into... no, well... Tyranitar
that looks
is
like the rock slide animation. It looks like it. It's frozen mid-frame for me.
I like that freeze
on stream too.
Apparently Tyranitar died.
Yeah, Tyranitar did not make it through.
Mm-hmm. And Steel Spike comes out. I don't think that's what killed Tyranitar. I'm gonna assume that was into the Carbink, and I'm gonna assume that the Carbink is down. These are just educated guesses I'm making right now.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it would be a tough matchup.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Wait, Carbink actually lived. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, it does have those crazy defenses. What was it, 150 in each base?
Yeah, 150 in each. And then Cradily comes out, your favorite Pokemon.
It's pretty cool.
And also Entei is on the field and got frozen at some point.
Yeah, Entei is an interesting bring. I mean, I guess. I guess you can bring Entei and probably trying to preserve some information, seeing if you can get away with the game one win, you know, seeing what you can bring. And like I said, that Sacred Fire is a nasty move. So even with these rock type Pokemon, it still has a 50% chance to burn.
It's probably to potentially deter bringing the Cradily to like game 2. So like you don't bring any of your water types, right? So now it's kind of like, well, why should I bring my Cradily if you didn't bring any of your water types and you still were able to win? Like
that conditioning, that we talked so much
really
about. Yeah,
it looks like a Sacred Fire went into the Cradily and burned it. It did something to raise its special attack. Did it go for Calm Mind? If so, amazing.
Yeah.
Something exploded?
Maybe.
That's my interpretation.
No, I think that the
Cradily was hurt. Oh, it went for Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam.
So that's super interesting that it's the Cradily holding the Meteor Beam. I wonder if that Archeops is too.
Mm-hmm.
They can't both hold the Power Herb, though.
I would guess that the Cradily is a physical attacker, so I would guess that there was no Meteor Beam on there. Oh. Thank you, Adam. We're doing our best out here. I can't see... Carbink is basically dead. I don't know how much damage is on the Cradily. It looks like Ambrosia should win unless that Credilli. Okay, yeah, it's at half health. Another Sacred Fire should KO.
Carving is still alive.
Can't even really ally switch into it. And Heavy Slam, I think, should just clean the game regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, I think going forward, Prime's going to have to find a way to deal with that Celesteela. That Celesteela causing big problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'd like to take this moment to explain what I thought. Oh, okay, here comes the Sacred Fire out into... that's a really unfortunate
pause chant.
time for the thing to pause. Although that does look sick. Yeah. I will say. Cool. Ooh, it's so like blue and purpley.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Okay, here into Credilli. It looks like Credilli died, and then Heavy Slam just finished off the carving.
Yeah, that's Sacred Fire.
That up smash, that is thumbnail material for sure.
For sure.
Oh, looks like Ambrosia won.
Maybe it caught up. Maybe it was like paused, and then now we're like live time.
Yeah. All right. So what are you thinking, Amy, for game 2?
Yeah, I think you try to get up Colossal, like even threatened by the Kingdra. Maybe you try to get Colossal up, do some big damage. Get Colossal set up, do some big damage to maybe those water type that are coming, and if the water type don't come, even better, right, for DJ Prime.
Yeah, I think Colossal's like a pretty viable option. I don't know if Caracosta it's Aqua Jet. My guess is I'm pretty sure it does.
Probably.
So like Caracosta Colossal with Credilli in the back could still be very solid. Those three, that lead is neutral to steel, so like Celesteela should be fine. Even if like Kingdra shouldn't like pose too much of a threat if you have Storm Drain pressure in the back. It seems pretty solid to me. Like get the Vocalist up, do some solid chip damage.
Right.
Although like Rock doesn't do well against water.
True.
Nothing on Ambrosia's team resists rock type moves.
Right.
So
and I have seen a Colossal or two carry Solar Beam, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah.
I don't know what sets he's running. But usually with mono type teams, you want to at least, build in as much coverage as you can. Like we saw the Ice Punch on the Tyranitar earlier. Not something Tyranitar usually carries. But since it's a mono type team, you probably want to build some of that in. And I think that DJ Prime's best course of action is to max. You just didn't get enough out of your max with that Archeops last time. So I think maxing the Tyranitar or the Colossal might be a better plan going forward.
Something potentially hilarious is that what if the game already started and it's like halfway through right now?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah. Also, the thing that I wanted to say about Credilli, so like it's yellow eyes, right? I thought those were teeth for like the longest time.
Yeah, I do that with lots of Pokemon. Like Noivern. Like I thought those like big things were its eyes for the longest time. Until I saw its tiny face. Like its ears. Yeah, I do that with Pokemon sometimes. I see their like features wrong, and then somebody will point it out, and I'll be like, "What? That's eyes,"
And the next time we see the feed winner, that'd be hilarious. Oh, okay. Team preview. Do we see what they're selecting? It's a minute 28 seconds in.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Maybe no. I'm just guessing at this point.
Is it moving appropriately? Okay.
Looks like maybe Kingdra. Whoa, there's two. Okay, looks like maybe Kingdra. I don't know. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. Celesteela Entei?
Yes, I'm not sure. Celestial Entei.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, Rain does seem powerful here, but, like, why risk it when there's a Storm Drain Pokemon if you don't need to? Like, if you think you have the tools to win without it, then just go for it.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of thought that DJ Prime might just go ahead and bring out the big guns in the Colossal, because with that Cradilly in the back, the idea of just using or firing off a Max Geyser doesn't seem too wise.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow. That screen is all over the place right now. Looks like the match is starting, though. Okay, they did go with Colossal Caracosta. So this does look like it's going to be an Aqua Jet to self-proc the Steam Engine. Ambrosia, did they lead Celesteela Entei? They did. So I don't think this, Entei can take a +1 Vocalith.
No, certainly not. And that +1 Vocalith would even do a lot to the Celesteela.
Yeah, and a Steel Spike isn't going to do much in return. You could, and the other thing is, like, there's nothing that Entei could really switch into for the Vocalith.
No, not really, especially because Ambrosio, like we saw, didn't bring, I don't think, those water-type Pokemon this time.
Yeah. I mean, like, even Kingdra or Politoed aren't going to take out of Max, going to take a Vocalith
not
very
gonna
well.
want it, no. But Ambrosio is going to go ahead and max turn 1. I think that's Ambrosio, right?
Yep, they're going to max something for sure. DJ Prime also maxing something, it would seem. What they are, who knows? Maybe we'll find out later.
I imagine it's that Colossal, if I had to guess. The Colossal and perhaps the Celesteela.
Yeah, okay, I see a big Colossal, so definitely that's one of them. And Celesteela is small, and we saw 2 Dynamax in animation, so it is
Entei. Interesting.
Yeah. Potentially going for, like, a Max Guard to try and take the Vocalith, or hoping it just doesn't get targeted and it's able to get off something like a Max Quake into the Colossal.
Yeah.
I'm imagining this is going to be an Aqua Jet to self-proc.
I think so.
Yes, I think I saw the Vocalith go off into Entei, so there was no Max Guard. I don't know if it lived. Super effective. And...
You know what I just realized? Is we can say whatever we want is happening. No one will know. We can just say it.
We'll know. Okay, and it's going to the Vocalith chip damage, so I'm imagining that Entei died, which isn't an unreasonable guess.
Yeah, it would seem.
Yeah, so I don't see how Ambrosia's going to be able to get out of this. Yeah, Rillaboom's here, which is nice.
But that Vocalith damage is really going to just eat away at any kind of recovery that Celesteela has access to via Leech Seed or leftovers. So it's going to be kind of hard to stall out this Colossal from doing big damage.
Yeah, I mean, you could just flare the Rillaboom, flare the Celesteela. I guess that there's not a water type in the back. It seems pretty easy. Like Colossal is kind of hard to face in general, but especially if your opponent has the Dynamax advantage. Grassy Glide coming out, and
do you see the Max Flare from the Colossal?
Yes, Grassy Glide did something. I'm guessing Max Flare is going to do a lot more something than that did. Rillaboom fainted. Thank you, text. And Celesteela obviously still there, but this isn't... I mean, like, it could be Leech Seed, Protect. Unless it has Sub, I don't think Celesteela is going to be able to 1v4 this.
Yeah, I don't either. I think Celesteela, as good as it is, that's a Pokemon that gives me a lot of trouble on ladder. It's just not going to be able to outpace, like I said, that Vocalith doing that chip damage. That's so nice. Mitigating all of its recovery options. It's only a matter of time before it... the Raichu is still left.
Yeah, so it's just
side.
Raichu and Celesteela versus the entirety of DJ Prime's team, and I don't think there's a way to come back from that, especially with one other turn of max. Oh, my battery's dying. That's bad. Yeah, so like this
Good
should just be
things
going.
and stuff. Thank you for the follow.
Terrain healing's nice, yes. But I don't. Who did Rillaboom Grassy Glide? Because Caracosta. Okay,
Colossal
Grassy
must
Glided
be.
the Colossal, maybe hoping that like. I don't even know. Like, it's kind of this point where you're like, well, I'm not entirely sure what I should do. So
maybe, just the only way to outspeed it and do some damage, like praying for a miracle. I've certainly been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yep. And it looks like there's a forfeit by Ambrosio.
Yeah. So that is going to be game 2 to DJ Prime.
What do you think happens in game 3? Is it time for the water?
I don't know. Like, it's going to be really, really hard. I think maybe something like Entei and Raichu as a lead could be good.
Yeah.
But with the flying type and potentially Storm Drain in the back, like it's going to be very read heavy base stuff, and I'm not entirely sure how exactly Ambrosia's game plan is going to be.
Yeah, maybe you bring the Politoed without the Kingdra. Maybe hoping, like in an end game situation, hoping to, like we say, Perish Song, or just to protect that Celesteela from the flares of the Colossal.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So this is a haunted capture card for sure.
Yeah. Ghost.
I see part of the team preview. Ambrosia could just lead Hard Rain. But honestly, again, with Storm Drain in the back, I don't know how helpful that's going to be. But again,
what other moves does Kingdra usually carry? It'll carry a Dragon type move.
Dragon type move, Water type move, and Hurricane. So I personally think that the best Kingdra set is Draco Meteor, Muddy Water, and Hurricane.
All right.
With Scald, Perish Song, Politoed as the partner.
All right. Colossal and Caracosta from DJ Prime. Once again, I don't blame him.
Yeah. Solid choice. Unless Ambrosia did.
Oh, Rillaboom's out.
Rillaboom? Okay, that's good.
I saw the grass. And Entei. It looks like that's the tail of Entei's hair or whatever it's cape.
Caracosta is 4 times weak to grass, and I don't know the base speed of Caracosta, but I think Rillaboom's faster. So like Grassy Glide should go off before an Aqua Jet, and then Entei could just go for like a Max Quake into the Colossal. And even in a worst case scenario where Archeops switches in, I still think you're in a solid position.
Yeah, not letting that Colossal get set up is huge. Like, not letting it get its weakness policy, and more importantly, maybe equally importantly, not letting it get access to that steam engine ability, which, as you know, just allows it to move first on almost every situation and start issuing big damage. Yeah,
so we are seeing the max from Colossal. I also believe that we saw Ambrosia's character maxing as well. I'm going to guess that it's the Entei. I could be wrong. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Kingdra came in. Caracosta went for Protect, interestingly enough.
Very interesting.
Entei went for Max Quick. I don't know if Colossal survives this. It doesn't. Yeah.
That's just going to be a one-hit KO.
Oh, it was a crit.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it mattered or not.
I would. It's 4 times weak, but stab makes a pretty big difference. However, Entei is pretty strong. I wouldn't be surprised if it mattered. Yeah, like the important thing is that, like, with that play, like pressuring the Caracosta to go for Protect and not Aqua Jet, because it would die to the Grassy Glide. Ambrosio made it so, like, okay, so let's say, like, you trigger the weakness policy it would have gone down low, so low that it could not take an Aqua Jet, which means that it doesn't have the speed control anymore. And like a Grassy Glide could come, Rillaboom could come back in Grassy Glide and get the KO.
Yep.
Or if it went for Max Flare, again, probably still can't take an Aqua Jet, and it would have gone into Kingdra, which would have resisted it heavily.
Right.
Quake gonna come back out into the Tyranitar this time.
Does about 75% to that Tyranitar.
Yeah. Does a lot of damage. We know it's not weakness policy because the Colossal was weakness policy. Hydro Pump going to come out and finish it off. Luckily, Ambrosia connects it. So Tyranitar is also going to go down. And I think Rillaboom should just kind of clean this game up for Ambrosia in the back.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Wait, that's a bit scary.
Shell Smash, which is going to raise both the special attack, the attack, and the speed, right?
Yeah. So real mean Aqua Jets are going to start coming out, and it's White Herb as well.
Oh, so that raises back the defense drops that are incurred by Shell Smash.
Yeah, so Rillaboom still looking pretty solid. Grassy Glide, luckily priority. You got to make sure that you manage your turns of grassy terrain correctly. But I say like a Max Flare and just trying to like position for Rillaboom versus Carcoaster should clean this up. But anything can happen.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I like these two fossil Pokemon being paired on the field together. It's very cool.
Yeah, Kingdra just going to go for Protect this turn. Carcoaster going to go for
Youngster Jazz, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Does about half to Entei, which is solid damage, but not enough to get the knockout because of the Dynamax. Flare comes out, it's going to do a lot to Credilli, about half it looks like.
Yeah, and it's going to go ahead and set up the sun. So now these rock-type Pokemon no longer having access to sand, as well as weakening the effects of any water-type moves that come out from DJ Prime's side.
Yes. So Aqua Jet's not looking as good. Rock Slide still seems really solid. Meteor Beam comes out. Actually doesn't KO the Entei surprisingly enough, which I don't know how thrilled about that Ambrosia is, because I'm sure they would have liked to free switch into Rillaboom just then.
Yeah, I don't know if Cradilly just doesn't do enough damage naturally with the Meteor Beam without like something like a Storm Drain boost. Maybe that's what the calcs were based off of, having one of those already. But DJ Prime is really running out of time here, and so has to get as much damage on the field as soon as possible.
Yeah. Entei goes for Protect, doesn't want to, Ambrosia doesn't want to get a double knockout if they can avoid it. Rock Slide going to come out. Actually isn't enough to KO the Kingdra. Kingdra gets the Draco Meteor off past the potential of a flinch and the 90% accuracy, goes into the Caracosta. I don't know if it knocks it out, but it's sturdy. Ability. So
we learned
hangs
something
on for the hit. And
who needs a Focus Sash?
And Credilli goes for Giga Drain to presumably finish off the Kingdra. Yeah.
That was a good call on DJ Prime's part, choosing to not. I guess it did target the Entei with the Rock Slide, hoping to double connect that on both Pokemon. Maybe get a flinch, a Draco Meteor miss, like a flinch or a Draco Meteor miss would have meant a very different position here, and the Caracosta would have still been at full health. Because that Rillaboom, is threatening both of these Pokemon. The question is, which one is it going to target down? It might also opt to fake out one of these Pokemon.
I'm really glad that the video is coming in well at this point.
Yeah.
Something that I'd be curious about right now, Entei does have extreme speed. I don't know if Caracosta is in range of it, though.
Yeah.
Caracosta just goes for the Protect. Credilli just goes for the Protect, wants to stall out
the fake out. Yeah.
The fake out potential. Entei just goes for a Sacred Fire. Luckily, there's no Vocalith chip happening right now, so both of Ambrosia's Pokemon will survive the turn. Rillaboom, interestingly enough, goes for Wood Hammer that turn.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice.
I think Entei should be out of range of an Aqua Jet because the sun's up. Actually, it's +2. It could still go down to it. Grassy Glide into the Caracosta seems like the best move, and then just a Sacred Fire into the Credilli. And then, again, just cleaning... Wait, is Grassy Terrain still on the field? Did it leave?
I think it is still on the field. Rillaboom had.
No, I think
Oh
it's
yeah, it was
gone.
out turn 1. Right. The
Yeah.
grassy terrain looks like it's gone.
Ambrosia may have gone into Rillaboom a little bit early. Car Coaster, yep, goes for the Rock Slide because Grassy Terrain is gone. Rock Slide isn't enough to KO Rillaboom. A flinch would be really bad here, but Ambrosia does not get a flinch.
The
KOs
grassy glide, yeah.
the Car Costa, and now it is Craggly against the world.
Yep, and we see the Earth Power come out and into the Rillaboom. Interestingly, not going to be enough to pick it up. You know, one option,
like a Protect and a Raichu switch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That Cradilly, I don't think is going to be doing enough to either of these Pokemon to bring it back.
Yeah, and also Ambrosia has Celesteela in the back, and I don't think, even with getting all of your Meteor Beams off, I don't think you're going to be able to take on the Celesteela.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but the Rillaboom uses Taunt. Interesting,
Yeah.
so that they can't protect in the late game.
Mm-hmm.
Smart,
Dino
smart.
Brookie Bros is in the chat. What's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah, hey,
yeah.
I saw you streaming early this morning. You've been lurking.
Heavy Slam should just clean up. Oh, we got a follow.
Sammy Noxious, thank you so much for the follow. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
And if any of you guys want to play Pokemon on our Monday night friendlies, go ahead and join the Discord at ATX VGC Discord. The link is in the chat for you. We have these friendlies every Monday night. You sign up on Thursday, you play on Monday, and you're here on stream with us.